This meeting is being live streamed. Cool. How exciting.
Yes, so it's setting up. I'm not sure if we're already live.
We probably are. That's usually the way it is. Hi, everybody, just in case.
We are. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Pam.
Hi, Joe.
How are you?
Yeah, I am awesome. Thank you. Really good.
Amazing. So for anybody that doesn't know us, we're both Access Consciousness Facilitator, and today I've invited Pam Grace to come on live because she's facilitating one of my specialties, which is conscious parenting. So
Yeah.
just mentioning that gives me goosebumps.
Yeah, conscious parents, conscious kids. This amazing access consciousness speciality. Do you want me to just talk a little bit about it, let you know how I started doing it, all of that stuff, a little bit about it. So my decades of experience background was actually in child and adolescent mental health. And so when I found Access Consciousness about 15 years ago, when I discovered that there was a speciality called Conscious Parents, Conscious Kids, I just became really excited because I don't know about you, Joe, but the Access Consciousness tools are just remarkable for allowing you to create an amazing life really easily. So I thought, well, if I apply these tools and use them with clients and families and kids, I wonder what that could create. And so I started to use the tools and teach the classes and do sessions with people from Conscious Parents, Conscious Kids about 10 years ago. And I've been using them ever since, and having a wonderful time, doing a lot of classes online, talking to lots of parents, doing some live classes around the world, which has been really fun to see how, as parents, we have so much in common going on, and that these tools can be applied anywhere in any language.
Yes, and I love when you talk about conscious parenting because I'm sure there's people on here that are wondering, what does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah. So
I can give you a list of what it doesn't mean. A lot of people have these conclusions, and when you say conscious parenting, and they think, oh my God, I have to be perfect. I have to be the best parent. I always have to just be sweet and kind and lovely to my child. And that's a myth. It's just not true. Yeah. Conscious parenting is actually about really getting in touch with being you and being your authentic, real self, and becoming much more aware of who you are as a parent instead of functioning from that automatic space. Because most of us, I was a very young mother, and I found myself kind of automatically being the parent of my parents, parenting like my parents, parenting like the people in my neighborhood, just all of that automatic stuff, and yet somewhere knowing that there was something different. And I think my kids report back to me that that difference did kind of weave through the automatic parenting I was doing, whereas now I'm much more aware of being me. And one of the biggest things I think with conscious parenting is really getting yourself out of judgment of you. So not judging yourself and not judging your kids. And it's amazing when we start using the tools of how much we do that. And that's, again, not about going into the wrongness of you if you are judging you and judging your kids. It's just about becoming aware of that. Oh, okay.
And that's huge.
It's huge.
Like just the awareness, like how
Yeah.
many parents don't even know that they're in judgment of themselves as a parent or in judgment of their kids. So
Yeah.
the awareness is gold.
It's gold.
So for anybody
Absolutely.
watching this, yeah, yeah.
And and then when you discover, okay, I'm trying to get it right, because that's a judgment
Mm,
too. And for a lot of us as parents, parenting can be really difficult. And it can also be so much easier than we make it. It
mm,
doesn't have to be as hard
mm,
as we make it.
mm,
There are so many points of view out there that
mm,
we tend to pull in to match our current points of view. So if you were brought up with parents who constantly told you that parenting was hard work and it's so hard and it's so difficult, it's probably going to be your point of view. And so every point of view out there that matches that, you'll probably take that in because it's just what we do. We pull in the points of view that match our current
mm.
points of view.
And I'm sure there's a lot of people that will listen to this at some point and go, well, uh, but there is a certain way to do it right.
Yeah.
So,
That too is a myth.
or they're confused. Like, what do you
Yeah.
mean I don't have to do it right? What does that
Yeah.
look
Yeah.
like?
Yeah, exactly. So it's not about getting it right. And it's also not about avoiding getting it wrong. And there seems to be the two extremes. There's desperate need to get it right. And it's mostly, I have to get it right to avoid the judgment. And
Mm,
parenting is such a judged area, a huge judgment of ourselves as parents, um, that we try and get it right. So we get the approval and not the judgment. And so then we put all of this energy into getting it right, but we put even more energy into not getting it wrong. These are all based on everybody else's points of view.
And I'm
But
sure kids could relate to this as well.
totally, totally. So, yeah, so then we pass that on to our kids. You've got to get it right, you've got to avoid getting it wrong. And when we begin the journey, if we choose to kind of go on this journey of conscious parenting, and you can kind of take baby steps or you can jump right in. But one of the areas to look at is becoming aware of where you're doing that. So just getting present with the way you are being as a parent. And okay, let's just take a day, an hour, whatever it is, and just get present with how much I judge me, judge my kids. Because until you become aware of that, you can't actually change it.
I love that. That's so
Yeah,
true.
yeah. And then when you do become aware, then it's about choice. You can actually choose to go, okay, is this going to work for me? Judging me. And often the judgment's hidden. It's so hidden. It's so automatic, so subconscious, if you like, that just the choice to look at it and say, okay, who am I being as a parent? And often, I know for me, when I started on this journey, it was, oh, I'm just automatically being my mother. That's not wrong, but is that working? And what else is possible? And the whole conscious parenting journey is about the possibilities of what's available instead of always focusing on the problems, which
I
is what
love
we
that.
need to do. What are the difficulties we'll face when our baby is born? And that's where you start. Okay, your life will change now and expect to not sleep for a year, whatever it is. There are so many fixed points of view about every stage of your child's life. and what you will be like and how it will affect your relationship. And um, it really is about choosing to become present with all of that, not making any of it wrong. And one of the tools of Access Consciousness and Conscious Parents, Conscious Kids is about becoming interesting point of view about it all.
I love that.
Having allowance with whatever it is you've chosen, wherever you are right now in this 10 seconds, you are not wrong. And you can choose to change anything that's not working for you right now just by choosing some of the amazing tools that we have in the toolbox that is Conscious Parents, Conscious Kids. And there's a million of them.
And this changes everything.
Yes.
Truly changes everything.
Yeah, totally. You've got a son, is that right?
I have a son, yes, which is, yeah, truly like having a son made me really desire to be the person I want to be. Not the robot that was copying or like even
Totally.
just automatically just feeling the pressure of society, wanting to get things right and not be wrong, just like the perfection. And I just wanted to be who I wanted to be, which was to be loving, accepting, like loving another human being for the gift they are,
Yeah.
rather than like really not allowing them to be who they are and trying
Yeah.
to force them into, or even trying to convince them that they're wrong because I've decided I've got something right as a parent.
Yeah.
And this hasn't
Totally.
been easy, but it's been such a beautiful journey because I think the child, for me, I'll speak for me, probably didn't behave the way I thought is right by any like society standards at different
Yeah.
times. That made me panic because I was the good kid that then became the parent that wanted to be the good parent.
Yes.
So I was petrified of getting it wrong, him being wrong. And I just caught myself doing so much judgment. And I was like, oh my God, this is not the reality that
Yes.
I want to create. And it was, who do I want to be?
Yes. Yes.
So
For anyone listening, I mean, in that particular situation, a couple of awesome questions is who does it belong to? Because these points of view are never ours. If we look at it, like for me, it was my mother's. I'm not sure about you, and probably all the cultural points of view that
yes.
people
Yeah.
around us, and we take that on board. And so you can ask, okay, who does this actually belong to? And that immediately creates a little bit of space because, well, a lot of space, because you're already asking, you're already saying, I know this is not mine, so whose is it? And be willing to let go of that. And so then you can ask, okay, so who am I? Who can I be as a parent? What's going to work for me? Can I be grateful for my son exactly as he is without wanting to change them? Yeah.
And yeah, I love that so much. And the one thing that I'm constantly asking myself whenever, or yeah, my son's 16 now. So, it's such a good time because he really wants to, he's already decided what he's choosing each and every moment. It's so easy for me to go,
Yeah.
wait, let me be in charge.
Yeah.
And in that moment, I'm always asking, who do I want to be for him right now?
Yes. And what does he want you to be for him?
Yeah.
That's also a great question to ask kids. What would you like me to be for you?
Yeah, I love
And,
that.
and often we
I
think,
love that.
yeah, they often you think,
Yeah.
oh, maybe they want me to be their friend, but kids don't want you to be their friend. They want you to be a parent. They actually don't mind some boundaries. But when we start a conversation with kids from curiosity, not from waiting to let them know what you think, but from actual curiosity, particularly teenagers, because they're so ready to individuate from us. They're so ready to go on their own journey. So if we become really curious about what they like and what they'd like to do and what would they like their future to be like, they like that. They like you to be interested without waiting for, God, what's she going to say to me now? What's she going to stop me doing, or whatever it is? What rules am I breaking? When you're truly curious and you really want to know, and you let them know that you've got their back.
Yeah. So what I hear you saying is to be interested in your
Yes.
kids rather than being right.
Yeah. And one of the things I really had to practice and still do, I've got two kids in their 40s and four teenage grandchildren. And my practice is to shut up, is to stop talking, because
Yes.
often another great question, is anything required of me here? And it's so often no. It's so often no. Just be you,
Yes.
be present,
Yes.
listen.
Yes. And we don't always have to communicate with
No, we
words.
don't. No,
We
that's so
we
true.
can be so much more with silence sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. And we haven't got into the whole energetics of it. But a lot of what we do in Access Consciousness and Conscious Parents, Conscious Kids is about being an energy that invites and creates. And it's possibly a bigger question than what we can explore here. But maybe it's something that anyone listening to this, if you're curious about, being an energy that doesn't require words, that still changes whatever it is that's going on. Yeah.
Before we move on, so we don't forget, do you have a website to share?
I do.
Yeah.
It's pamgrace.com.au.
Amazing. pamgrace.com.au for anybody that would like to private sessions.
Private sessions. I've got an intro class coming up actually in the end of July online. And it's a 2-hour intro where I talk about everything, conscious parents, conscious kids. And then you can go on deeper dives after that if you choose.
And what future do you hope to create, Pam?
Oh, what a great question. That's such a great question, because I've actually been asking myself that, yeah, people have recently been asking me, because I'm 67 this year. So people have been saying to me, oh, are you retiring then? Time to retire. And for a nanosecond, I thought, am I meant to be retiring? What's going on? And then I asked the question, okay, what would if I didn't listen to all the other points of view, or if it didn't matter how old I am, what would I like to create with Conscious Parents, Conscious Kids? Like, what would I like to create on the planet with this? And for me, it creates such an ease and so much peace and so much more fun for parents and kids. Why would I stop?
I love that.
So for me, it's to create more consciousness on the planet. And my journey for doing that is with empowering kids and parents to know that they know, and to know that there's so much more possibility with being a parent and being a kid, that doesn't require the control that this reality thinks you're meant to have in order to have a successful life.
That's amazing. And I love that. And I have one more question. So how would somebody have an indication that they're being them? For the people that are like starting this journey of choosing conscious parenting, conscious kids, and even for kids that might be listening, how do you know the difference between being and not being you?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I would say that when you're being you, there's a sense of lightness in your world, and it requires very little thinking. There's no force. it's effortless. And in Access, we talk about asking questions and choosing. So asking questions, making choices continually without going into conclusion about it or trying to go into decisions or making things hard. It's easy, it's effortless, and you get a sense of everything's just flowing and as it should be. And the more that you choose that, and the more that you be you, the more you be you.
I
The more
love
you
that.
choose to be you, the more you be you.
That's amazing. Okay, I said one more and I lied. I'm just going to ask for one more thing.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, go for
one
it.
tip that you could give to any young kids that are watching now,
Yes. Oh my
because we've
God. Yeah.
spoken to the parents, and now
Yes.
I'd love to end this with
Yeah.
one thing you'd
Yeah.
love to share for the kids that are listening. Maybe they're wondering, how do I cope with
My parents.
my
Yeah.
parents?
Look,
And
I'd love to do a class about that. I'd love to do a class for kids about how to cope with your parents because it's what I talk to my 4 grandkids about all the time. And what I would like kids to hear is that you can create your own life. It's about you choosing.
Right.
And let me give you a question. Ask these questions every day, despite whatever it is your parents are choosing. You ask the question, if I choose this, what will this create for me? And if you're willing to ask the questions about whatever it is about choosing a school, choosing a friend, choosing a boyfriend or a girlfriend, choosing a dress, choosing what to eat, whatever it is, if you're willing to ask a question, and by asking a question, really you're co-creating with the universe that's always going to have your back. And if you ask, if I choose this, what will it create? Then don't wait for an answer. Just know that you will be shown really easily without any effort.
Em, I love this so much.
Me too.
You've given so much out tonight, and I'm super grateful to have been able to have this conversation to share with anybody that this reaches. And wow, like how exciting. And I'd love to come back and have some more conversations with you
Yeah,
and
let's do it more. Yeah.
see what this creates in the world for parents and teenagers. And I'm asking for a more conscious world where people are being themselves and where they're more peaceful, they're happy, happier homes, happier parenting, happier young children growing up and becoming powerful creators. So, what would it take?
Hallelujah. Go us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
totally.
right.
Thank you
Well,
so much for inviting me, Joe. It's been
yeah, my
awesome.
pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and we'll see you again.